Thank you for joining me. I'm Scott Ryan. This weekend, the talk is of the legendary Hostess Bakery in Irving, Texas, is closing its doors, and the Twinkie is no longer, as far as we can tell, unless a hedge fund picks them up and starts making them, but that could be a long time before another company could revamp and bring back the Twinkies. But as of now, they are no more. 18,500 people are going to be out of work. This was the brilliant union that found it would be preferential for them to be unemployed, joining the many unemployed in this economy, as opposed to taking an 8% pay cut. Now, the company was losing millions and millions of dollars, so, it's not like the company was being greedy here. So whatever happens to these people, that's their problem. But it's not going to be easy for them once the unemployment benefits run out. Many of these jobs in the Obama recovery, it was a fast food-based recovery, as I said yesterday. And you go into a restaurant like a Papa John's or McDonald's or wherever you go in the fast food restaurants, it used to be teenagers working in those places. Now it's adults and the elderly who were forced to go to work somewhere and take those jobs. Many of them refer themselves as underemployed now, but that's the nuance of the Obama economic recovery. Created all those jobs. But Papa John declared that basically with the implementation of the new health care law, Obamacare, they're looking at having to eliminate jobs and raise prices on top of that, which that doesn't bode well for people like these interstate bakers, Hostess bakers, who are, once their benefits run out, they're going to be looking for jobs, and even those fast food Obama jobs are going to be eliminated. So where are they going to go to work? I don't know. But I haven't eaten a Twinkie or a Ho-Ho or a King Don in probably a decade, and I generally don't put yellow dye 5 and red 30 into my system, and high fructose corn syrup. I generally avoid them, but I did go and corner the market in my local grocery store this weekend because something compelled me. It was that nostalgia from when I was younger. I mean, this is an American icon that is being forced out of business because of this mentality being fostered by Democrats. And even though I don't normally eat those things, it really was a sad day, and I wanted to have some, if only for nostalgia. So I do have my Twinkies and my Zingers and my Ho-Hos. I feel much better now. Maybe I'll sell them someday as collector's items, but when I'm ready to liquidate my estate. But this really got me thinking. This is very serious. A lot of people are making jokes about it, and certainly there's some fun to be had when talking about Twinkies and fat jokes like against Governor Christie. But the fact of the matter is, this is a portent of things to come. This reminded me, I remember back in the early 1990s, at the fall of the Soviet Union and the Berlin Wall, I remember my father going on several trips to the Soviet Union, or former Soviet Union, going to Russia, Kiev, and talking about, they were going on evangelistic trips. And I remember him telling me the stories about how people, were so glad to get things when they would see Americans come in. They would do everything that they could to purchase. Like if you were wearing American jeans, they would want to buy them off you. They wanted their American dollars and anything American. They couldn't buy things there. I remember my father telling me about how you could, even if you had money, you could go into a grocery store or a store. There's nothing on the shelves. There's nothing there to buy, even if you have money. So that got me to thinking, this is the portent. We're losing one company right now, and a lot of liberals are saying, oh, this is great because this company was so evil because they made all these children fat, and their typical propaganda, their typical anti-capitalist rhetoric, their typical Nazi, we're going to tell you how to eat and what to do with your body, but just don't tell us what to do to our body when it comes to murdering babies. But that's where we're heading. This is a portent of things to come. And that's what these young imbeciles, many of the youth, those under 30, overwhelmingly supported Obama for the last 2 elections because they have been indoctrinated all their lives. They don't even know what the damn Cold War was. They've never even heard of the Cold War, and they have no idea what evil communism, this utopian fantasy that they've been spoon-fed from kindergarten through graduate work in the universities. They have no idea what they're bringing upon themselves. I mean, these are narcissists in many cases. They've been spoon-fed all their lives. They can't even make it on their own. That's why they're living with their parents now once they got out into the real world. But they want to be entertained. They live to be entertained. Pop culture is where they derive the very meaning of their existence. And they're not going to be real happy when they learn that this utopian fantasy of theirs is going to cause our shelves to be barren, empty, just like in the Soviet Union, because they're destroying the ability to make profits like they did Hostess, and they're going to do a number of other companies that are already announcing that they're shutting their doors, small and large businesses, because it doesn't make sense. Yes, Obama, you can legislate that they have to offer all kinds of benefits to their employees, but you cannot legislate that these companies have to stay in business, you dumbass. Okay? There's a reason why the freaking people in Cuba are driving around in 57 Chevys today, and it's not because they have an affinity for the classics. It's because they haven't had a damn car designed. Nobody sells anything there because there's no motive. When idiots like Barack Obama come in and make this so-called revolution, they create a revolution of misery for everyone. And these idiots that run, oh yeah, they live like kings. They can import from wherever they want. They're evil SOBs. They know this doesn't work, but evil is as evil does. And this son of a bitch, this angel of light, has got you fooled. But wait until you kids find out that equality means equal misery for all. And you live to be entertained. Wait till you find out that these great Hollywood blockbusters upon which you've been raised are no longer going to be produced. You want to see the kind of crap that's going to be available to you? You go and watch the old Soviet-era propaganda movies. I mean, you talk about, you're going to want to slit your wrists when you find out the kind of miserable, depressing garbage that you're going to subject yourself to, because even though Hollywood is ironically perhaps a bunch of communists, they require capital to invest in this crap that they produce, this entertainment. The money's going to dry up. Steven Spielberg and your Reiners, your Rob Reiners, Carl Reiners, Spielbergs, Katzenbergs, Harvey Weinstein, all these flaming Marxist hypocrites, they wouldn't be doing what they do if it weren't for the money. Yeah. Communism is great for you kids. These useful idiots wouldn't do a damn thing with their own money, but spend it on themselves. They're flaming hypocrites. They're useful idiots. You are looking... Wait till you see. Go ahead and pull up some old Soviet propaganda films and see what you have to look forward to. Wait till you find out what you have. You better get used to eating borscht. That's the crap that I remember my dad was telling me about in Russia. That's all you could get was borscht. That's this potato stuff. That's what you had to eat. Borscht for lunch, dinner, breakfast. It's going to be a rude awakening for you kids. You just wait. Look at what you elected. You want to find out where you're going? Look at the past. Not the past that those college, university, communist professors and those high school teachers of yours lied to you about. Go look at real history and see what you have to look forward to. Thank you for joining me. I'm Scott Ryan.